help talk about training tomorrow's leaders. That's me. The work at College Freemasonry is aligned with Grand Lodge strategic goals. Rebuilding the West Gate, as many of you have heard about that, and most worshipful Dowling was instrumental in initiating that, and we are still working on that. Strategic goal number 3 is to create high-quality education programs and training and course for all brethren in the jurisdiction, and we are doing our darnest to help make that happen. College Freemasonry endeavors to exceed this goal by delivering those courses to every Master Mason seeking further enlightenment, and to create knowledge and intellectual capital by developing and sharing those repeated practices. We're establishing the authority of Grand Lodge. The college is accountable to Grand Lodge, the Grand Master, the membership pillar, and the chairman of Masonic education. We work well and we play well together with the Condition of Masonry, DDGM Orientation Group, which many of you have heard of, training development, leadership, and protocol and etiquette. Some of our missions are to help build a future Freemasonry in our jurisdiction, one Mason at a time. We reaffirm the Lodge Room as a dynamic center of the Masonic experience. Most worshipful Wilson, for those who don't know, is our first Grand Master, and he stated early in his career that it should be the ambition of every brother to become a model Master Mason of the Lodge and discharge with efficiency and zeal the duties of that important office. The duty is not confined to the mere repetition of few phrases, but to instruct the craft as to its meaning and origin of the ceremonies, and explain on the philosophies that are veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. The Mason should be a model man in his life and his conversation. He should be practiced outside of the walls those great moral doctrines, in and outside the walls. Most worshipful Brother Wilson his view was the strength of Masonry lies with those who aspire to that leadership role. And all modules that we have focus on development of the Master Mason to a higher office. The purpose is to be able to model the proper behavior in life and conversation within and outside of the Lodge. Typically, the college, we have a turnaround time between registration and delivery of the course material of 48 hours. So we try not to make you wait. And from the time you submit an assignment to the time that you get it back is usually within 7 days or less. Now, mind you, for those who took the courses many years ago, that could have been 3 days or 6 months. Student support, you may contact directly the principal or the secretary, or if you feel you require one, we will assign you a personal mentor. The college structure consists of team leader, principal, secretary, research and development, treasurer, dean of the college, who is usually a past principal, and we have 38 mentors grading, evaluating, and helping students along their journey. Now keep in mind the mentors play a very special role. They help you to open doors and mysteries and privilege of Freemasonry. They are the ones that will be guiding you in various aspects. A student will have many mentors to get a different aspect, an angle on their take of Masonry. Our daily activities go from when it begins the registration received by the treasurer, who takes care of the money, and he creates the initial transcript. That transcript is then received by myself, who makes first contact with the student, and he sends the course material and his instructions with him and any questions that come from that. When the student completes assignment, he will send it in, and usually the secretary, he will process, he will make sure the student has done everything that needs to be done. He'll send it to the mentor. He will then take that assignment, he'll receive it from the mentor, make sure the mentor's done his job, and then in turn send it to the student. Last year, we processed over 900 assignments, and it's getting busier, which means, so from the time the student sends the paper in, it gets looked at by the secretary, sends the mentor sends back to the secretary and back to the student. That's over 3,200 emails in the past year. And that does not include any questions. The college email is manned by the principal and the secretary to ensure that things are done in a timely manner. So when I'm too busy, the secretary chips in, and when he's too busy, I'm helping him out. And somewhere in there, we do get in some time off, or so we tell our wives. All the transcripts are maintained throughout the process for posterity sakes and generate reports that are sent to the Deputy Grand Master on a regular basis. And that report is very, very important to those current DDs when looking at their successors. When a student completes his course of study, he is then sent a certificate of completion, which he is presented at his choosing. Currently, the college has 3 specific areas of study. The first one, and the larger, is a Masonic Arts and Sciences course, which is 18 modules. This is for all Master Masons. The Past Master's course is for an installed Master only, those who are aspiring to become District Deputy Grand Master. And the Worshipful Master's course for those who are in the lower offices who would like to become more informed as to the duties of that office. Now, for some of those you who are interested in what we have and would only like to, say, take 1 or 2 modules, say the modules on symbolism, you can take just those 2 as well. You do not have to take a complete course of study. FCF stands for the Fellow of College of Freemasonry, and that appellation is granted to those persons who complete the Masonic Arts and Sciences course. The modules may be taken as individually or as a course unit, as I mentioned. And if you only take 1 or 2 modules and you decide later I want to keep going and complete a whole course study, you don't have to repeat that course. You're granted that particular module as completed. The only constitutional requirement is to take the Past Master's course, those aspiring for the office of DDGM. But it is anticipated in the near future that those running for the board will have to take the Past Master's course as well. Here's a list of all the modules that are currently within the purview of the college. And as you can, I'm not going to bother with this. The core course, those modules are within those particular courses. Module 1 is on benevolence. Masonic Foundation, the Committee of Benevolence. This is where I'm going to seek your help, gentlemen. To whom does the Committee of Benevolence issue check for assistance? The Lodge issues the check. Justice, Masonic offenses, justice, and landmarks. Is all within that module. Many injunctions are contained in the ritual. Would a violation of them constitute a Masonic offense? Anybody? Spit out your answer. No? Yes. To violate any of the Masonic obligations, injunctions, or any of the landmarks of Masonry. Don't be afraid, guys. Religion, district chaplain, grand chaplain, religion, questions, funeral services. In this jurisdiction where there is a lodge chaplain, district chaplain, and grand chaplain, how are these appointed? Lodge chaplain, who appoints the lodge chaplain? The master. District chaplain. And the grand chaplain? I can give everybody here a certificate of completion soon. Committee and donors, relations, inquiry. Can an applicant be sponsored for admission to Lodge A by a member of Lodge B? Why not? We're talking about sponsorship, not balloting. Sponsors must be Master Mason, good standing member of the lodge he is joining. Buildings relations. What are the duties of the Committee on Fraternal Relations? Anybody? Gabe?
I can't see it. No, seriously, I can't see it.
Okay. To inquire and report to Grand Lodge on the advisability of establishing and maintaining fraternal relations with other Grand Lodges. Everybody here know about the Committee on Fraternal Relations? Philosophy and symbolism. Why is good protocol and etiquette necessary in delivery of the ritual? Somebody else? Come on, guys, spit it out.
Consistent experience.
Gordon, would you like to have a shot at this one?
I didn't know it was necessary.
Protocol and etiquette properly executed is a silent exemplification of the content of the ritual so that it speaks as loudly as the words. What are high 12 and low 12? Noon and midnight. Focuses on what to do and how to do it the right way. Who may administer the obligation to the candidate? Worship master and any past master. Very good. A little bit of history. Name the 4 taverns that were the meeting place, the 4 lodges that constituted themselves as Grand Lodge in 1717. Right for the camera, not a word from you. A little louder, guys. Goose and Gridiron. There's 4. Can I have 2? The Crown Ale House. Apple Tree Tavern. Rummer and Grapes Tavern. Are there any common elements here? Not at all. Early Masonry in Canada, the U.S. What is an immemorial right lodge?
Number 2 and St. John's number 3.
Is a lodge that did not hold a charter from a superior body. In what foreign country did the Grand Lodge issue a charter to a lodge? In what year and by what Grand Master?
Israel.
So there's three sections of this answer.
It's Israel.
In what country did this happen?
Israel.
Okay. You know roughly when?
No, 1874 or something.
You're very close. And who was the Grand Master then? Did everybody know this? Masonic Lodge. What constitutes a quorum for a lodge meeting? Sorry? 7. 7 what?
7 masters.
7 masters? All right, we have 7 masters. 7 members of the lodge. So I cannot be number 7 in your lodge. DDGM is a relationship to Grand Lodge. Who is entitled to vote in the election of a district deputy Grand Master? Members of the district. Anybody else? Yeah, we need to be a little more specific. Committee board, Grand Lodge, Board of General Purposes, Standing and Special Committees. Which Grand Lodge officer must be nominated for election? Who needs to be nominated for Grand Lodge? Grand Senior Warden.
And Junior Award.
Grand Junior Warden. Registrar. Deputy Grand Master. Oh, what about the Board of General Purpose members? Yes, Grand Treasurer and Secretary, yes. Leadership functions. Is motivation something that is given by a leader, or does it originate from the follower? Yes, no. Not yes, yes. Is it given by the leader, or does it originate within the follower? From the follower over here? From the leader over there? A little bit of both. Person group must happen to be motivated, must be willing to accept the leader as a leader, and therefore do his bidding. The energy and enthusiasm of the leader must instill in the individual's willingness to follow. If I don't want to follow you, no matter how good you are, I'm not going to follow you. As my father used to say, it takes two to tango. Communication. What's the difference between hearing and listening? Are we all good at doing both?
I hear you.
Yes, I know you hear a lot.
Listen, you keep your mouth closed.
Yes, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? Here is an automatic instinctive reaction. Listening means concentration on what is being said. Officer training. Can officers be invested by proxy? If he's not elected. Worshipful Master. Who has the right to assume the gavel and sit in the chair of King Solomon?
Grand Master, past Grand Master, this is Deputy Grand Master. And district.
In his district.
In his own district.
Now remember, I said who, it says here who has the right. And what are, this module is only for those who are currently installed masters and talks about their specific duties. This module is for those, I already said that. The past master course, a great way even for your district secretaries to get to know what they could be expected to do during their year working with you. So if you are working to becoming a district secretary, it would probably be a really good idea to have some of the basic knowledge that your district deputy is going to have as well. This way you can serve him better. What are the eligibility requirements for candidates seeking the office of District Deputy Grand Master or Grand Registrar?
They must be a graduate of the past masters.
You must finish the past master's course. Anything else? He must be must have completed past or complete his months as master. Residency, yes. And if he is the master, he must no longer be master once elected. We've just started a new course in esoteric studies. It's new to everybody, including us. Brother Cameron is the expert on this one, wherever you are. This particular course delves into a different aspect of Masonry. Myself, I'm learning it as well, but we have some people who are more knowledgeable people. They will be evaluating these. And then it's not going to be graded on fact or fiction, or we're going to evaluate based upon the energies you put into this, the researches that you do, and can you back up your thoughts and opinions on this? So I guess you would say it's highly speculative at best. But there is a demand for this type of study.
Is this course available now? Or?
Yes, it's available now. It just came out.
It has also been offered to guys already graduated from?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't receive it.
Is there a requirement for FCF?
No. On the previous slide, I mentioned that it was just a special interest. There you go. And not be mandatory for an existing course of study. Here's a few of the sample questions. In your opinion, what is the philosophy of Freemasonry? What is sacred geometry? Define esoteric and exoteric. So it gives you a little taste. So, if you are interested in the College of Freemasonry, you can find information on the Grand Lodge website. Once you get on there and you sign in, you click on the membership tab, and in College of Freemasonry, you can download the appropriate material. Or you can email your questions, your applications, or request for application at this website or email. So you can either mail the application, or you can do it all electronically, pay by PayPal if you wish, or your credit card.